What's up? Welcome back again to my weekly vlog and Selamat Hari Raya for all the Muslim friends out there who might be watching this. Hope you're having a good time celebrating with your family. And well, I'm just gonna talk about what's happening during the week. And to start that off, something new that I did this week was to conduct a training over Zoom. And that was something that was quite a learning experience for myself because due to circuit breaker, we couldn't hold a physical class. And as some of you might know, I do train together with the NUS ISS on social media engagement and analytics every other quarter. For this round, we had to do it via Zoom, and I actually picked up some learnings along the way, which I thought I would share. Learning number one. It's very important to vary your material so that you include much more interactive elements. Yes, it is very intense actually if you imagine you are a learner and you have to sit in front of the screen and watch someone talk on video from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's the duration of the 3-day course. So it is very important that all of us trainers come up with interactive activities and hands-on discussions to make the session less monotonous. So that's the biggest thing that I think I learned. We had to make them go into breakout rooms and to discuss their presentation slides, as well as to get them to vote, to react using the Zoom buttons, and to write some answers on the chat box, as well as in a tool that I use called Padlet. So that's the number one learning. And number two, I think, is to keep it simple. So one of the feedback that the learner gave after the session was that it was very intense in terms of the information, and I think that is also because there's a lot of information that was transmitted behind screens, so you're unable to look at the person's face or to really understand their body language to see whether they actually got it or not. So I think moving forward, what's important is for me to also conduct more regular checks in terms of understanding, just to ensure that everybody is on the same page. And learning number three is everybody should turn on their video most of the time. When you go on video or when you're asked to speak, it is a way for the trainer to actually see the person and also to get the person to verbalize, and that also breaks up the monotony. But at the same time, it allows me to also have a look at their body language, their facial expressions, as well as for other people to see the person. So I think that is very important. So those are the three big learnings that I had for my online virtual training class on Zoom. It was tough actually. I find myself tired after the end of the session, even though I thought I would be less tired since I don't have to stand or walk around. But at the same time, I think I use more energy to speak clearly over video and also to do it in a loud enough voice so that everyone can hear me fine, and also just to be aware of what's happening around me in case someone decides to knock on my door or something, or I have a package arriving. Yeah, I can't be distracted by these during class hours. So there you have it, my three big learnings for conducting a virtual class on Zoom. And yeah, moving on to the rest of the week, I also caught up with the new season of Billions, which is pretty cool, and it's probably the only show that is happening right now. I also made some spaghetti bolognese over the weekend, and also received some gelato, which I really enjoyed, alongside my friend's gastro bar. So I had that for Friday lunch, and it's a gastro bar that is worth supporting because, especially with the 1 month extension of this circuit breaker for restaurants and F&B, if you are still thinking about whether you should cook or order something for delivery, you should consider the latter if there are deals out there, just to make sure our F&B and our friends' businesses are surviving. And I've been reading as well, so I've been reading this book called An Economist Gets Lunch, which is pretty interesting, and also another one called The Sea Women of Jeju, I think, by Lisa C. So those are the two books I've been reading, and I'm actually thinking about how I can read more efficiently or faster. Are there any tips out there? If you have any tips, let me know in the comments below. I'll be sure to try it out. But meanwhile, I'm also still continuing with the Chloe Ting Apps Challenge because, yeah, why not? And lastly, I'm going to do a really quick mini review of my brother's brewery. So he has launched his very own brewery, and yes, it's an actual one in Tuas. We know that different people have different preferences, so I'm gonna give it a try personally and see how they taste like. Let's go. Okay, cheers. I'm gonna try this One Night in Cologne. It is indeed very smooth. Tastes like a very, very light beer, super refreshing, something that you can I can probably finish most of this if I was really thirsty, and you definitely have to have this chill. It will be very chill in our weather. Alright, now next on to the second beer, False Sense of Security, the Session IPA, 4.7% alcohol, right? So let's do this. Cheers. Okay. This has the incredible fruity smell. Smells like mango or passion fruit, something a little bit citrusy, sour. But it doesn't taste fruity, not like a Kronenbourg Blanc. It has a bitter taste, but actually it's not that bitter as well. It's quite well balanced. Definitely more intense, both in terms of smell and taste compared to the Cologne. Actually, what I like is that it's not very carbonated, so I don't feel so full compared to the regular commercial beer. The final one, the Ministry of Plenty. So the thing is, I actually had a preview version of this before it went into bottling, and I was like, oh my god, it's super bitter. What is this? And I was like, ever since then, I started telling all my friends that this is the bitter one. But I guess I will have to try and see for myself what this pale ale tastes like. So, cheers. It's not that bitter. In fact, it's bitter, but in a kind of complex way. It's not like straight out flat bitter. It has depth, but other than the depth of the bitterness, that's all it tastes. It's not as interesting, I think, as compared to the smell of the second beer, nor the smoothness of the first. So I guess this one really is for beer aficionados. If you are curious, you should definitely give this a try. Or if you are an ale fan, I will finish with saying, if you guys are interested, please do support my brother's brewery. It's live and it's launched. And thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, give a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and ring the bell to get notified every Sunday when this comes out. So I hope everybody will enjoy their long weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye!